Here is the new episode of Skibidi Toilet. It was very long and turned out to be rich in events. The episode begins with a group of agents clearing the area near the base of Skibidi toilets. For example, one of them throws a grenade under the door of the hangar, while the second one pours blue flame from the fire extinguisher at the arrival of the Skibidi toilets. By the way, this blue flame looks like the one used by the Titan cameraman from his core. Obviously, the technology of this weapon is based on the technology of the Titan, as the fire is much more powerful than the usual one. Then we see how the POV plunger cameraman notices that a group of cameramen is running away. One of them, whose suit is very battered, uses 2 shotguns to cover the retreat, but a rocket hits him. By the way, here we see the body of some dead person, but the most interesting thing is that there are puddles of blood around him. In the lab, we already found the skeletons of people, but here is not a skeleton, but someone who recently died. Maybe he tried to get into the base of the Skibidi toilets with a squad, because here we see a lot of burnt equipment. Then a pair of Skibidi toilets on wheels and a Skibidi helicopter appear around the bend. They blow up another agent. Our operator takes out a laser gun and destroys one Skibidi toilet after another, turning away from the hull. By the way, this gun and the fact that our operator is a bit above the ordinary agents, you can understand that this time we are watching from the face of the same big cameraman from the previous episode. The only nuance is that the cameraman's sleeves were white, and these were black. Either it's a mistake of defuck or we're watching from the face of another big cameraman. What do you think? Write in the comments. I also wanted to talk a little about the weapons he uses. His flamethrower shoots in a different color than a regular weapon. Since his flamethrower is made based on the technology of the cameraman Titan core, the laser gun is also made based on the Titan core, the Speakerman Titan core. But this time, before the operator flies, you can see a person, most likely dead, sitting in the car. Our operator takes off on a jetpack and flies towards the Skibidi toilets, destroying a couple of small ones and a medium one. He turns around to see more heavily armed Skibidi toilets coming out of the workshop. He is distracted by the Skibidi helicopter, which he explodes. As soon as he kills a few more Skibidi toilets, a powerful rocket arrives. The agent realizes that it was fired by a heavily armed Skibidi toilet. As he flies toward it, the Skibidi toilet closes in on what looks like a shell. Our agent tries to destroy him with a laser before it overheats. The Skibidi toilet takes no damage. He prepares to blow up the agent, but is distracted by the explosion to his right. That's the cameraman Titan flying. He crashes into the dam, destroying the Skibidi toilet's way out of the factory. The Skibidi toilet shoots lasers and rockets at Titan, but Titan destroys him with the lasers on his shoulders. These lasers appeared in the last series, when the agent's reinforcements arrived. They gave the Speakerman Titan a handgun, and the cameraman Titan a jetpack with these lasers. Another Skibidi shoots at the Titan's back, but he meets the same fate as the previous one, despite trying to cover himself with armor. Then another Skibidi attacks the Titan with 4 lasers. But suddenly smoke appears behind him, from which the Titan TV man's sword arm emerges and destroys the Skibidi by slicing him open. The Titan TV man appears on the battlefield, and with him, the Speakerman Titan flies in on Skibidi. The Titan TV man turns to him and says backwards, "Let's make this quick," and energizes him with energy from his core, just like the last time with the cameraman Titan. The cameraman Titan shudders from the energy it has received, and just as it does, an air group of Skibidi flies up. The Titan lets out a roar and starts firing his cannons very quickly, then takes off and destroys the rest. At this point, the cameraman Titan grabs an acid cannon from underneath a downed Skibidi and immediately tests it on the same enemy. Our Speakerman Titan returns. The Skibidi toilets bring the Titans into the ring, but the Speakerman Titan flies in, turns on his laser, and starts circling fast, killing everyone as he did in one of the episodes. He gets really tired and lands on a rock to rest. Apparently, the Titan TV man's charge has run out. The Titan TV man praises the cameraman Titan and shows a character from Roblox, which became a K-Pro meme at the time. The Titans hear a tune, and from behind the mountain emerges a Skibidi, but not an ordinary one, but the same DJ Skibidi from the distant, 6th episode of Skibidi Toilet. Apparently, he has been pumped up for all this time and is ready to take on 2 Titans at once. Suddenly, someone grabs him from behind with claws and rips him apart. As it was written in the description of the episode, something unexpected happened. That someone turned out to be an Astro Skibidi. He throws pieces of Skibidi around like garbage. He gets shot by the cameraman Titan, but he grabs the shells with his claws and smashes them back at the cameraman Titan. Then he is shot by the TV man Titan, but he turns away. The Titan TV man tells him backwards, "Who do you think you are?" and straightens his blade. In response to which the Astro Skibidi laughs. Apparently he realized what the TV man Titan told him, and then says, "You're all going to die." Smoke appears behind the Astro Skibidi's back, from which the TV man's sword emerges. But the Astro Skibidi dodges, wrestles the blade away and throws it at the TV man Titan, then flies away at a very high speed, more like teleportation. The POV cameraman turns to the TV man Titan and sees that he managed to reflect the sword flying into him with his own hand. The TV man Titan pulls out the sword and displays an evil emoticon on the screen. At this point, the TV woman flies up to the POV cameraman, and behind her flies the speaker woman and the camera woman. Our POV cameraman shows them the entrance and then flies there himself and meets the Skibidi. And then it turns out that all this time a group of agents were watching what was going on through the red cameraman's tablet. The plunger cameraman is the POV this time. All the agents look at the POV plunger cameraman, and the elevator shakes and begins to fade. Next, I will show you the rest of the episode and ask you to notice something strange. Take a closer look. If you didn't notice anything, that's okay. I didn't notice anything at first either. Let me tell you what I saw that was unusual. After the lights went out, the agents turned on the flashlights under the cameras and looked around. And when one of the cameramen turns around, you can see the image of other cameramen standing behind our group. As soon as I noticed this, I thought that this might be some kind of SFM bug, but I quickly realized that such a bug is impossible. DeFuck did it for a reason. Apparently these cameramen are very important to the plot. You could write it off as just regular ghosts in the dark, but I've gone further and I can even tell you who these cameramen are and why they are here. If I wanted to show ghosts who died here, I would definitely show a big cameraman who died in another elevator, and I would definitely show more agents. Let me first tell you the theory of who these cameramen are, and then I will try to justify my assumption. These cameramen are twins with green ties who died not long ago when the speakerman made the difficult decision to close the door in front of them so that the rest of the team could continue the mission. The thing is, I noticed some strange things in the behavior of the twins. For example, when the red cameraman broke down the door with the device, one of the twins reached out to shake his hand. But when the red cameraman looked at him, the twin realized that he was doing something wrong and changed his gesture to a more familiar one, which was to show a big finger. So you can assume that they are not really cameramen. I think they are computer men. Also they have green colors in the suit, and in my theory, it is the green color that is the color of the computer man. In the example of the DeFuck, we can see that the computer man can break all devices and other agents, wipe something off the screen or show false information. And then you can assume that they did not die that time, they managed to run away until the door closed. And the rest of the agents who saw their fake deaths, they showed an illusion by hacking them. Thus, the agents will not see them until they want to, and they will continue their mission. But what is the mission and why is it profitable for them to pretend to be dead? I think their mission is the same as the red cameraman's, which I guess is to kill a scientist and find something in this complex. I know the theory may sound far-fetched, but I think it's true. If you have any ideas about these cameramen, please leave them in the comments. What can we expect in the next episode? I think the agents who are stuck in the elevator will meet the Skibidi toilets who are trying to get into the elevator. And the team on the surface will enter the base of the Skibidi toilets through a different passageway. All in all, the episode turned out to be really great and the long wait was worth it. DeFuck has reached a new level, both in the staging of the battle scenes and in the plot. I especially liked the appearance of the Astro Skibidi. He acts like a normal person and expresses different emotions. That's all for today. Don't forget to like, leave comments and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Bye everyone.